Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the channel if you're new here. I'm Ollie, and over the past year I've been reconverting the inside of my Mark V Ford Transit camper van into a luxury home on wheels. I'm pleased to say that the conversion inside is finished and I'm ready to give you a tour. So I hope you find this video useful and it gives you some ideas and inspiration for your own van builds. And if you enjoy the video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and if you click the alarm bell, you'll get notifications when I post new videos. So with that being said, let's go and have a look.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of spring outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away. 'Cause if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine.
So first of all then, on this end unit we've got a fold down table that drops down there. So when you pull up to a campsite, you can put your drinks on here, your barbecue food. You've just got a handy little table and that stows away nicely in there. We've got two switches on here. The top one here is for the awning light, and then this one here is for entrance light round here, and it also brings on that light so you can see up into the van at night without stumbling around for the switch. Got a doormat here that's been cut down to fit on the step, so you've got somewhere to wipe your feet before you get in the van. The fire extinguisher lives behind there. So as you come up into the van, we've got two captain's chairs at the front. We only tend to rotate this one, and that really opens up the space, and you can comfortably seat 3 people in here. This is the original Transit chair. They're very comfortable, fully adjustable, and they both have armrests. So I just left the original Transit seats in there, and I got some of these covers for them. In the front we've got a Kenwood DMX 125 DAB head unit. So we've got DAB radio throughout the van, Bluetooth so you can play your music, and that comes out the door speakers which have been upgraded, and also a couple of Kenwood 6x9s in the living space. I've also installed a reversing camera, so it helps with parking. You just put it in reverse and then the camera comes up on the screen here, and then when you take it out of reverse, it goes back to the home screen. One of the features we wanted to keep from the original conversion was the fact that the sofa was opposite the sliding door, so you could always sit here and look out at the view. These cushions are the original caravan cushions that have been recovered. My partner's nan is very handy with a sewing machine, and she made these for us. They all have zips on them as well, so they can come off and go in the wash if they get a bit grubby. At the front of the van we've got these 3 overhead cupboards for storage. One there, one there, and this large overcab cupboard here for storing bulky items. We've also got plenty of hooks all over the place. One here, one here, one here, and one in there. Great for hanging your coats up and keeping them out of the way. The curtains are made out of offcuts from old curtains, and they're made from blackout material, so it completely blacks it out in here at night time. This cab divider curtain here is also made from blackout material, and it's got these buttons down the centre so you can button it right up, and I've also put some buttons down the edges so you can't see any light through there. We have more storage under the sofa here, which can be accessed through this smaller door in the front, or this whole lid lifts up as well once you've removed the cushions. With the cushions removed, you just slide this out a little bit, lift it up. Now you've got access to the diesel heater, the fuel tank for it, and you've got plenty of space to store large items in here. And then this also slides out into a 3rd bed. And now these cushions fold out to make a 3rd bed. There's plenty of room here to sleep diagonally, With the captain's chair spun around, it gives you that extra leg room down there, and it's very comfortable. I might just have a little nap. We've got our table here behind the driver's chair at the moment. That just comes out, and then it's got this Lagoon style table leg that slides on there. This is an offcut of oak worktop I got on the selling page. I sanded it up, oiled it with some Osmo oil and made it look nice, and then mounted it to the Lagoon style table leg. And it can be moved around. It's very versatile, so someone can sit in the passenger chair and someone on the sofa opposite, and you can eat dinner across here. If I want to sit here and do some editing, I can, and I've got a nice space to look out at the view. The height and angle is fully adjustable on this table, so you can get it in the exact position you want. And then when we're not using it, we just put it down behind the driver's chair here. It fits down there nicely. You can tuck it out of the way. Just like that. We've got a USB socket here, so you can sit on the sofa and charge your phone. These two light switches, one is for under counter lights there, and this one is for the main lights up the front here. This is the ensuite shower room. The door is made out of an oak mirror I got off the selling page. It's full length, so it really bounces the light around in here. And then I've just recessed this handle so that we can use it as the door. That slides across there. We're just using a couple of drawer runners so it slides across, and I've waterproofed the back of the door. We've got a touch dimmable light switch which has got this blue ring on it, so it's easy to find at night time. That way you don't have to turn all the lights on when you want to go to the toilet. So you just push this and it brings on that LED strip across the back of the shower room. It's all cladded in 1.5mm hygiene board, so it looks nice and clean. Simple but effective. And we've got a shower tray in the bottom here. Shelf for the toilet, that's just one of those chemical toilets. You can take that out and give it a good clean. Standard household shower mixer. This is a pressure boosting, water saving shower head. It's got all these beads in here, and it does actually work, believe it or not. It's quite good. And then when you want to have a shower, you just pull the shower curtain across, close the door. It's got a handle on the inside as well. Close the door and away you go. Down here we've got another drawer which slides into the toilet shelf, and that's just for cleaning items, toilet tablets, toilet rolls, things like that, making sure that we utilise all the space. Moving on to the kitchen, we've got one of my favourite features of the van, and that's the baby Belfast sink, or mini butler sink, whatever you want to call it. I absolutely love this. I got it second hand off of a Facebook marketplace. It's vintage, very old fashioned. It's got cracks in it, in the ceramic. I love it. I think it looks great. And then I've added the modern touches like this click-clack plug hole. We've got a black soap dispenser, black taps, black hob, the black handles and the black fridge. And then we've got this worktop extension on the end, so it just folds up. And then you've got more space to prepare your food. We've got our mini metro tiles along the splashback, a couple of 230-volt sockets and a couple more USB sockets. 3 switches. This one's for the kitchen counter lights. We've got this one here which is the under cupboard lights, and this one is the bedroom lights at the back. I've used upcycled and recycled materials wherever possible in this build, where it wouldn't compromise the finish. So all the cupboard doors and drawers are made out of old futons which I got off the Facebook marketplace. The kitchen units themselves are made out of furniture board from old wardrobes. Again, they were free off the Facebook marketplace. I cut it all down and built the units. The worktop is actually an old dining room table. I stripped off the old lacquer, sanded it down and gave it a few coats of Osmo oil, so that it isn't all made out of old tap. All the appliances are new, so the taps are new. We've got this little soap dispenser here, so you haven't got bottles rolling around on the worktops when you're driving. We've got a 2-burner gas hob. Nice 230-volt fridge down here. loads of space in there, and it's got a little freezer compartment. And with this tap as well, it also pulls out, so it makes washing off your plates easier, and it also doubles up as an outdoor shower, which I'll show you in a little while. We have 2 drawers in the kitchen. This one is for the cutlery, soft closer on that drawer. This one is a snack drawer, essential, soft closer on that one. And then we've got a large cupboard down here for all the pots and pans, breadboards, bridge monkey, things like that, kettle, soft closer on that door as well. And then in this unit here we've got more storage, a spare bottle for drinking water, spare gas, pasta, rice, things like that. The waste goes out and through the floor there and into the grey water tank underneath the van. Got a little hook on here for the tea towel, and then there's a little shelf at either end of this unit here. More storage in there for food, more storage around there. Got a couple of hooks on the end for putting your keys up, bit of rope there, you know, to cover up the rough edges. And then in here we've got the control panel. I wanted to do something a little bit special for the control panel, so I laser cut this custom one. We've got the Ford logo in here, and then we've got this side for the 12-volt section, all of the switches for our various circuits, lights, diesel heater, water pump, 12-volt sockets, and the gas solenoid to turn the gas on and off from here, and a water level gauge. We've also got a dimmer for all the interior lights, so if you need to save a little bit of battery, you can dim it right down in here at night time. Up here we've got our remote display for the solar charge controller. It shows you how much solar we've got coming in charging the batteries, the battery voltage, and down here we have the remote control for the inverter to switch it on and off. It's a 1000-watt pure sine wave Eddy Coa inverter, and that feeds all the 230-volt sockets throughout the van. One thing I almost forgot to mention is this roof fan here. It's positioned directly above the shower room to remove the steam, and also above the hob so you can remove the smells. And obviously when you're cooking with gas, you've got to have very good ventilation in your van, so that's ideal. It's got a remote control as well. We've got a full-size double bed at the back of the van, goes widthways across here. It's an IKEA memory foam mattress, just trimmed down at the top and bottom to make it fit in there nicely. Got mood lights in these recesses, and the recesses allow us extra width across the van, so I can sleep across here comfortably. I'm 5'11" and I just squeeze in there. At the back of the van we've got this feature arch over the back doors, made out of IKEA plants and ivy squares. I go into detail about that in my van build series, so if you want to make one like that, you can check out the videos. Got an Amazon stick in here, so you can just stream the internet from your phone to watch Netflix, and makes it a smart TV. And if the blue is upsetting you, you can change it to green, red, whatever colour you like, or just white, or turn it off, it's up to you. Next to the bed we've also got this remote tidy. Sky's Nan made this for us as well, very clever lady. It's a TV remote in here, keeps it all together so you don't lose them. The remote for the fan, so you can open and close it from the bed, turn it on and off. And if you open this skylight here, the mini Hecky, then you get really good airflow because it draws the air through, and it acts like an air handling unit, if you know what that is. What they use in commercial buildings for ventilating a space. Here we've got the mood light remote, somewhere to put your phone and charge it in there. Just keeps everything organised so you don't have remotes going missing, because that's the worst thing when you lose a remote. Got his and hers clothes cupboards in the bed area. This is my one because it's harder to reach obviously, and this is her one. We've got line on the Skylight so it blacks it out in here completely if you want to sleep in the daytime. And then we've got bug net here. And then at the end of this unit here, we've got a little bookshelf, just in case you want to do a little bit of light reading before bed. You've also got access to the underbed storage behind this curtain. Loads of storage in there, and I'll show you that in a moment. So here we have the gas locker on the outside of the van. We just got a little 3.9 kilogram bottle in there. I believe they're going to stop doing them soon. Well, they've already stopped doing them, so I'm going to have to replace it for something else, which is annoying, but there we go, Calla, thanks for that. Got a regulator at the back there, solenoid valve, and a manual valve to turn it off here. We've got loads of space in the garage area under the bed at the back of the van. All of the electrical system is on this side, and then the plumbing is this side to keep it nice and separate. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the electrical setup, as I've made separate videos about this, but here we have a couple of lead acid batteries, cheap and cheerful, but we can always upgrade them to lithium in the future if we require a bit more capacity and we want to upgrade. We've got an MPPT solar charge controller there, charges the batteries from the solar panel on the roof, 1000 watt inverter which supplies all the 230 volt sockets throughout the van, battery isolator, it's all fused, split charge relay which charges the batteries from the van's alternator, 12 volt fuse board here, and then this is for the 230 volt distribution throughout the van. We've got a selector switch to select between inverter supply and the mains hookup on the side of the van, so you never have the mains hookup and inverter supply go into the sockets at the same time, because that's dangerous. We've got double pole circuit breakers in here as well, so that it's suitable for countries that have reverse polarity, all protected with an RCD. And then on this side we've got our plumbing system. We've got a 70 litre fresh water tank, goes into our water pump here through the accumulator and then tees off to the cold services throughout the van. It also tees off to my DIY hot water clarifier. It's made out of a stainless steel beer keg, it's 19 litres, and it uses the van's engine to heat the water through a coil. I made a separate video about this, so you can watch that if you're interested in making one yourself. It also has a solar dump system, so any excess solar coming in from the panels that isn't used for charging the batteries is diverted to this, which then heats the water through a 12 volt element. Wow, that was a mouthful. So I can turn this on here, and then we have our temperature readout. It's only 8 degrees in there at the moment, if you can see that. And then this turns on the solar dump system to heat the water. Got a spare jerry can here for diesel, just in case we run out or we need some for the diesel heater. And then the water tank's filled up through this fill up point here. The hose just goes down there and into the tank. We've also got a switch up here for the garage light, so you turn that on and it lights up the back. I designed the bed so it can be completely removed, and that way you can still use it as a cargo van if you need to carry any larger items. You can still get sheet material down the centre, carry bikes, things like that. To use the kitchen tap as an outdoor shower, all you have to do is slide this curtain back here, open the window up, and then go outside. Spin this around, close the window across a little bit so we don't splash the unit, and then here I've got another one of these that goes on the window there. This comes out on there, you can position it however you want, and then just reach in here and there you have an outdoor shower. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and it's given you some ideas and inspiration for your own van builds. I'll leave a link in the description below to my full van build series playlist, so you can check that out, and it documents the whole van build on there. I've got over 30 videos detailing every element from treating the rust at the beginning to finishing touches. And I will also leave a link to my Amazon storefront, so anything in here that I've got from Amazon you'll be able to buy through the links. It's an affiliate link, so I do get a small commission and it just helps the channel. and I will be doing a 5k giveaway in the next video to show my appreciation for everybody that supported the channel. So stay tuned for that, and I'll give you details in the next video of how to enter, and hopefully I'll see you then. Cheers guys, bye for now.